I can't stand Ice Cube.
That's crazy.
I'm not a fan of him lyrically or acting wise.
Aries Spears.
Oh, that dude?
Yeah. He said nothing
Is he a comedian?
Yeah.
Because he ain't never made me laugh, so I don't know if he a comedian.
Daddy, put hands on you, give you real black eyes. Come on, don't do that. And that's the truth. I mean, you could, I've had about enough.
You know you crossed the line when Ice Cube, the legend behind No Vaseline, takes a break from his billionaire grind just to roast you. But Aries Spears didn't just poke the bear, he went after the whole den. On Big Boy's Neighborhood, Ari didn't hold back. He dragged Cube's acting, his music, even his entire legacy like it was open season. He straight up called Ice Cube trash as a rapper and an actor. And Cube, oh, he heard it loud and clear. He clapped back, calling Aries irrelevant, not funny, and said dude wasn't even close to cracking the top 10 in black comedy. Brr. But guess who jumped in next? 50 Cent. And you already know if there's someone 50 loves to roast, it's someone already crashing and burning. He couldn't resist. Now, this whole mess started off chill. Big Boy was just talking about rappers, typical barbershop type talk, rating legends and swapping names. But Aries, he did what he always does, went off the rails with no seatbelt. The second Cube's name got mentioned, Aries didn't hesitate.
Ice Cube is a motherfucking lyricist.
I can't stand Ice Cube.
That's crazy.
I'm not a fan of him lyrically or acting wise.
Really?
He's the same.
How much time we got left here? Because should I just tell him to leave now?
No blink, no filter, just fire. And that was only the beginning. Next, he took shots at Today Was a Good Day, a song that's like the national anthem of West Coast rap.
You don't think that...
One of the songs I hate the most, if it comes on, I want to shoot the radio. Today was a good day.
People love that track. But Aries, he clowned it like it was some throwaway mixtape. Big Boy's co-host tried to smooth it over with a quick laugh, tried to shift gears, but Aries wasn't done. He kept pushing and went into this awkward Ice Cube impersonation, pretending Cube was some wild gynecologist. The punchline, so weird, so cringy. Everybody at the table just froze up like, did he really just say that?
John Chung did a great joke. He goes, here's Ice Cube as a gynecologist. Hey, Miss Jenkins, I looked at your chart. Now get up on that butt.
That's racist. I don't know how it's racist, but what you just did is racist.
Aries was laughing, but nobody else was. The room went dead silent, and mocking Ice Cube once, that clearly wasn't enough for him. He kept poking the bear like he wanted real smoke. This wasn't just a hot take. This was Aries Spears crossing the line, again and again. The co-hosts weren't smiling. Big Boy tried to steer the convo in a safer direction, but Aries, he just kept pressing the gas. Then, out of nowhere, he took aim at Tupac. Yeah, Tupac.
Pac was not the greatest lyricist. He was energy. He was passion. He made you feel him. If that said, tear the club up, you wanted to tear the club up. Dear mama, you wanted to hug your mama. When you think about lyricism, Nas, Jay-Z, Biggie, Jadakiss, my lyrics, spitters.
He didn't just throw shade, he disrespected the entire West Coast. That's how you get blackballed out here. And what's wild is, Aries knew exactly what he was doing. At one point, he looked straight into the camera and said it loud like he wanted to smoke.
Watch the comments. Now, when people talk about, you ask anybody, no matter where their region, you know, give me a top 5 rappers. Pac's usually always in that list.
Right.
I don't ever put Pac up there with the top rappers.
Like he dared people to come for him. The backlash, immediate. One fan jumped in saying, I love Aries' skills, but bro, the Ice Cube slander is a no-no. Another said, and this is why Aries ain't credible. Talking like Cube or Pac weren't lyrical. Nah, he's just mad because the West took New York's crown back in the 80s and 90s. But here's the twist. Aries didn't expect the OGs he was clowning to actually clap back. Normally, legends brush off the hate and keep it moving. They don't waste time on folks looking for attention. But this time, it hit different. Ice Cube responded like a real G, calm but cutting. He questioned whether Aries was even funny, even relevant, even recognized in the black comedy scene.
I saw a comedian speaking kind of bad about you, man.
Who is this?
Aries Spears.
Oh, that dude?
Yeah. He said nothing.
Is he a comedian?
Yeah.
Because he ain't never made me laugh, so.
That hit had weight. Ice Cube didn't just defend himself, he torched Aries Spears' whole resume.
Did you hear what he said?
What'd he say?
He said it was nothing about you impresses him. From movies to rapping, nothing at all impresses him. I'm like, wow, like what?
Suckers usually don't like me. You know what I'm saying? Like the people that you know, they usually don't like me when they coming from that angle. That's cool though. You know, everybody got their opinion, and they all stink. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it's cool. You know, he entitled to his opinion. It's the feeling is mutual. You know, I don't think he on anybody's list of top 10 comedians. You know what I mean? In the black community for sure. I don't even know if he's on the register with us.
Cube came in calm, collected, but lethal. He's been in this game too long to play petty. He's not just a rapper, he's a living blueprint of the culture. This man went from penning bars for NWA to dropping one of the greatest diss tracks in history to creating Friday and even building the Big Three basketball league from the ground up. Cube's got decades of wins and the receipts to prove it. He wasn't done embarrassing himself. Even after legends clowned him and fans tore him apart online, he showed up on Vlad TV, still popping off, still dragging Cube like he didn't just get humbled. At this point, it wasn't even about Cube anymore. What Aries didn't realize was someone else was watching. Somewhere in a luxury suite, probably scrolling through his phone and sipping something expensive, 50 Cent was locked in. And Aries, he had words for him too. And just when folks thought 50 would brush it off, he came swinging in his own sneaky style. He posted a video, no names mentioned, just straight shade. Real subtle, but the message, clear as day. Fans caught it instantly. 50 called Aries delusional without ever saying his name.
Hey, man. I gotta listen to this. Nah, this hot right.
Classic 50. He let the internet do the math. But wait, why did 50 Cent even jump into this mess? Let's be real, 50 stays busy. He's running multiple shows like Power and BMF, flipping liquor brands, locking down TV deals, and still finding time to tour. So why this drama? Why did this particular shade session end up on his Instagram? Here's what most folks forget. 50 and Ice Cube got history. Not beef, respect. It runs deep. Back when Hollywood didn't know what to do with 50, Cube was one of the few who publicly co-signed his moves in the movie world. That meant something, and 50, he never forgot. He's shown love in interviews, always giving Cube his props without hesitation.
Ice Cube was on when I'm just watching. Music, all of it.
Movies, all of it.
Yeah. I never really seen Ice Cube in films that weren't his. You know, like he kind of produced the vehicle that he was in. And it wasn't like he was just being an actor in someone else's film.
Now, Aries Spears, he's the kind of dude 50 lives to roast. Loud, abrasive, and always talking, but with no recent work to stand on. That's exactly 50's type of target. So of course he pulled up ready. And the shade? Ruthless. He posted, "Check my temperature, I'm ice cold. The hood left the left side of my chest froze. Need help with your bills? I'll write you a referral. Might even get you a love contract." Whoo! No names needed. Everyone knew who he was talking about. And Aries? He felt it. You could tell, because what did he do next? He snapped back, ranting hard on Cube, emotional and salty from that sting.
I'm the poster child for the world's biggest hater. If you look up the word hate, it's my picture. When did we get to a point where unless your opinion, and last time I checked, as human beings, we're all allowed to opinions. At what point does it get to where unless your opinion is favorable about a person or a thing and goes with the flow of everyone else, you're a hater? I don't understand that. Somebody sent me a clip where Ice Cube responded. He was on a radio show and the dude played him the snippet. And the first thing Ice Cube says is, well, most suckers don't like me. Then he goes on to say, I never heard of this dude. Then he finishes by saying, well, he's just not funny. Well, you can't have it both ways. If you don't know who I am, how do you know if I'm funny or not? So you can't have it both ways.
But here's where Aries really fumbled the whole thing. He went on this wild contradiction saying, I respect Ice Cube as a man.
And for the record, I respect Ice Cube, the man. I respect Ice Cube in terms of what he's brought to the game. He's one of the pioneers. So hats off to him for that.
But in the next breath, claimed Cube's never done anything impressive. Like, what?
Just said I wasn't a fan of his artistry. I never attacked him as a man. I never attacked him in terms of his character. I said I wasn't a fan of his artistry. Why am I not allowed to feel that way? Why is that? And then secondly, it's always funny. People call me a hater because they love to highlight when I say I don't like something as though I don't have love for anything.
That's not just confusing, it's a total cell phone. You can't say you respect someone and then erase their entire legacy. And that's when folks really started dragging Aries Spears. Not for having an opinion, but for flipping sides and acting like he was the victim once the heat came back. The internet wasn't buying it. One user clapped back with, you can't give a hot take and get mad when someone matches your energy. Another dropped, you're allowed your opinion, but after that skit, you're not valid. Ice Cube is a made man. But then it went deeper. Someone brought up a chapter Aries definitely wasn't ready to revisit, his dark past. Suddenly, this wasn't just a rap beef or comedy clapback, it got real ugly. People started resurfacing the 2022 lawsuit involving Aries Spears and Tiffany Haddish, a lawsuit that sent shockwaves through the industry. The suit centered around a disturbing comedy sketch where a minor is left alone with a creepy adult character played by Aries. The camera lingered in ways that made people uncomfortable.
Sweetheart, did you call me?
Oh yes, Uncle Pete. Can you watch TJ for me? I need to run to the, I gotta run some errands. I need to go to the cleaners and I should be coming back, okay?
All right, baby.
Thank you.
It was supposed to be a joke, but nobody was laughing. The vibe was off and people spoke up. The internet erupted, Twitter was in flames, and even the Shade Room posted the footage. The backlash came quick and heavy, and even though the case was later settled out of court and the video wiped from the internet, the damage had been done. That stain, it's stuck. And what did Aries do next? He ran right back to Vlad TV. Again, it became his go-to spot for venting, but fans started connecting the dots. They noticed Aries was on Vlad more than Vlad himself, complaining about being blackballed, saying he should be on Kevin Hart's level, blaming everybody but himself. It became a pattern. No new work, just interviews and rants. Meanwhile, his name only popped up when drama hit. No fresh projects, no career wins, just more controversy, more interviews, more excuses. People weren't buying it anymore. They were watching the fall in real time. Aries Spears wasn't trending for comedy, he was trending for chaos. No sold-out shows, no hot new roles, just bitter sound bites, viral beefs, and old trauma being dragged back into the spotlight, hoping someone still cared. But let's not act surprised. This ain't new. Behind the scenes, Aries has always had a rep. Multiple former castmates have gone on record saying he was tough to work with, full of ego, always trying to one-up everyone in the room.
Equation will never be satisfied. Why? Because some other mother will come along that'll take and blow the world up, and you'll want to be that. And there's some other will come around and have as talented as you, or possibly more, and then you're gonna get upset because again, you focus on everything that is not you.
Hold up.
Everything you want,
wait a minute,
but not what's in your present space.
He's got skills, no doubt. His impressions? Solid, crowd work, sharp when he's on, but he never got that Chappelle level moment. And that kind of missed opportunity, it eats at people. Now let's flip the script. Why did this whole Ice Cube beef blow up in Aries' face? Because when you come for Cube, you're swinging at a pillar of the culture. Period. Let's break it down. No Vaseline isn't just a diss track, it's one of the most savage, legendary takedowns in rap history. Still ranked top 3 decades later. Then you've got Friday, a film that didn't just define black comedy, but became a cultural milestone. From Smokey to Debo, it birthed characters that still live in memes and punchlines today. And that's not even the half. Cube built the Big 3 League, an actual pro basketball league from scratch, now backed by real investors and NBA legends. The man turned vision into reality. And long before any of that, he was ghostwriting for Eazy-E, Dre, and Ren, crafting the NWA sound before he was even out of high school. That's not just talent, that's legendary status. Now stack that up against Aries Spears' resume. What's his biggest cultural impact? A few solid Mad TV impressions, some decent stand-up routines, and now podcast clips where he's disrespecting legends and going viral for all the wrong reasons. No empire, no classics, just noise. And this is exactly why fans backed Ice Cube without hesitation. But here's the final twist that really sealed it. Cube dropped a teaser cast list for the highly anticipated Final Friday movie, and guess whose name was missing? Aries Spears was nowhere to be found. Now maybe Aries was never actually in the running, but the timing had fans buzzing. They saw it as Cube sending a crystal clear message. You don't diss legends and expect to eat at the same table. It wasn't just a snub, it felt intentional. No matter how many impressions Aries can pull off, none of them are landing him real roles where it matters. He wanted to go viral, and yeah, he did, but not for his comedy, not for his talent. He's trending because 2 certified legends called him a nobody, and the wild part, nobody stepped in to disagree. If you like this breakdown, don't forget to like, subscribe, drop a comment, and share it with someone who needs to see the full story. Catch you in the next one.